In the early 1970s, in a modest house nestled within the damp calm of suburban Massachusetts, lived a young man with a voice unlike any other. Brad Delp was not a loud presence. He didn't chase attention or boast of ambition. Yet his voice, pure, soaring, and hauntingly beautiful, would go on to become the soul of one of the most iconic rock bands of its era. Brad was born on June 12, 1951, in Danvers, Massachusetts, to French-Canadian immigrant parents. His childhood was wrapped in silence, as though he moved through the world trying not to leave a trace. And still, even in that quiet, his talent resonated. Neighbors recalled a boy who could sing any tune as if it lived inside him from the very beginning. Then fate, as it often does, changed course. In 1969, guitarist Barry Goudreau introduced Brad to Tom Scholz, a Massachusetts Institute of Technology engineer with a secret dream of revolutionizing rock music. Tom was looking for a vocalist to record a demo. What he found was something far greater. That meeting sparked a creative partnership that would birth a new and electrifying sound, and a band with a simple, defiant name, Boston. But the road to stardom was paved with rejection. They mailed out demo tapes, met with silence, and tried again. Their sound, a fusion of thunderous guitar riffs and Delp's angelic vocals, was too unusual for the industry. Labels didn't know what to make of them. No one believed something extraordinary was brewing. And then, in 1976, a miracle happened. Epic Records gave them a chance. Their debut album, largely recorded in Scholz's basement, became an explosion. More than 17 million copies sold across the country. Their singles poured from radios and car stereos. People didn't just listen to Boston, they felt like part of something new, something electric. And Brad's voice, that earnest, searing tenor, became a soundtrack to an era. Behind the scenes, however, shadows gathered. Success only deepened the rift between the bandmates. Tom was meticulous, obsessed with control. Brad was gentle, sensitive, always yearning for a harmony the group couldn't offer. Tensions grew, arguments flared. Delp began to feel like a stranger in the band he helped build. He was a soft man in a world full of sharp edges. Sometimes, he would just disappear, retreat into himself, into a place without solos or spotlight, where only silence remained. With time, his smile began to mask an unshakable fatigue. Fans knew him as the heart of the band, but few realized how much pain he carried inside. Then came the year 2007, and the news that stopped hearts cold. Brad was gone. He had taken his own life, leaving behind letters and an unsettling mystery. Many pointed fingers at Tom Scholz, but Scholz spoke of something different. A very bad and hurtful incident involving Delp and someone close to him. No one knew what it meant. And the truth, as it turned out, was darker than anyone could have imagined. Still, Brad remains. In that voice, forever etched into vinyl. In the songs that play on long drives, stirring memories of youth. In the hearts of those who saw not just a singer, but a man gentle, lost, and deeply human. His life may not have been a fairy tale, but his music is still magic. When More Than a Feeling first hit the airwaves, the world seemed to hold its breath. It wasn't just a song. It was a surge of freedom, a rush of longing, delivered through a voice that could never be mistaken for anyone else's. That voice belonged to Brad Delp. Boston didn't simply arrive, they exploded. Their self-titled debut album was a bolt from the blue, instantly becoming both a commercial phenomenon and a critical darling, earning a Grammy nomination for Best New Artist. Tracks like Peace of Mind and Foreplay/Long Time became the soundtrack of a generation, echoing through teenage bedrooms filled with restless dreams and across highways where fathers chased something real behind the wheel. And at the center of this sonic storm stood Brad Delp, with a voice forged from sunlight and sorrow. The album remained on the charts for 132 weeks, nearly 3 years. During that time, it felt like Boston might conquer the entire musical world. But stars don't always align the way fans hope. Beneath the surface shimmer, there were cracks, human fragility, clashing visions, and creative tension. When the long-awaited second album, Don't Look Back, finally dropped, It shot straight to the top of the charts and quickly went double platinum. Yet somehow, it didn't quite capture the unrelenting momentum of the debut. Behind the impressive numbers, fault lines were forming. After the tour, Delp, without Boston's founder Tom Scholz, joined some of the bandmates in the studio alongside Sammy Hagar, recording a soulful cover of Sittin' on the Dock of the Bay. Delp's voice, warm and wistful like a summer night's breeze, became the emotional core of the track. But not everyone welcomed this kind of creative independence. Scholz, a perfectionist and the band's visionary force, watched with frustration as Delp explored outside projects while he was denied similar freedom. When Scholz expressed interest in producing Hagar's album, CBS Records responded with a firm demand: drop everything and focus on Boston's third album. The pressure cooker boiled over. Pride, resentment, and artistic defiance collided. Scholz refused to cave. He would not allow labels or former managers to dictate his pace or direction. Meanwhile, tensions inside the band thickened. Guitarist Barry Goudreau, feeling increasingly sidelined, recorded a solo album of his own. He brought Delp along and Delp said yes. The result echoed the signature Boston sound. Melodic, powerful, but tinged with solitude. This move further strained the fragile connection between Delp and Scholz. Something was about to give. While the press circled the band's internal drama, Delp, an intensely private and gentle soul, kept to the shadows. The public knew little about him. Though many believed he had married twice, Delp rarely spoke of his personal life.